Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how to draw 6 different wildflowers that you might find while you're wandering through the mountains or exploring the woods. All you'll need is a notebook, pencil and pen, and a hot cup of coffee. And I have the perfect playlist to listen to while you draw your wildflowers. It's my camp playlist, and I'll have it linked down below if you want to hear a few of my favorite songs. The first flower is an Alpine Buttercup. When I draw flowers, I usually look up a reference image on Google and I keep that next to me while I'm drawing. The first shape you need to make is a small upside down U and do a whole bunch of these around in a circle, and then do a larger extended version of that on top of the circle. Then you're just going to draw some rounded petal shapes, and you can watch what I'm doing to see exactly how to draw that. And remember, these don't need to be perfect. Flower petals are never perfect. They always have little tears or folds in them, and they're not always perfectly symmetrical. So just draw them as best as you can and let them be imperfect. Here I'm drawing the flower from a slightly different angle, but still doing the same basic shapes. And then the leaves around the flower are elongated and they have long, thin lines for the veins. So that's what I'm doing there, and adding a few more lower down on the stem. And then as you get lower down on the stem, the leaves start to change, so I drew one of those. Finally, I'm just adding a few little lines to show the wrinkles and shadows in the flower petal, and this just makes it look a little bit more realistic. Once I have my flower all sketched out in pencil, then I will go over it with a pen. And here I'm using a Pilot G Tech pen, if you're wondering. I've been using that a lot and I really like it. Another pen that I like is a Sharpie pen, or the Micron pens are also great for drawing.
In this cold and misty world, would you be my little light? Just for atmosphere, I don't need it to see by. I know that you can promise me your whole heart if you're honest, dear, but 51% would be just fine. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first.
The second flower is an Arrowleaf Groundsel. And you're going to start out by making a circle out of a whole bunch of little tiny circles. Then add some thin lines coming out from the circle with little loops on the end. The petals for this flower are pretty long and thin, and they're sparsely spread around the base of the flower. They're not all right next to each other. I added a line down the center of most of them to show a crease. Then I'm drawing another flower from a different angle, and as you can see, it's pretty flat, so you don't see a whole lot of it, but you can copy what I did there. And then I added some little flower buds, and the leaves are very long and almost jagged on the edges. So that's how I drew them.
I'm not proud of where I've ended up. I'm ashamed of certain things I've done. But out of all the scratches, there's a cut that bleeds the worst. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count.
The third flower is Gray's Lupine. You'll start by making a long curved line for the stem, and I added another stem coming off for some leaves. And then we're going to start making the petals, and it's kind of hard to explain what kind of shape they are, so just follow along what I'm doing and draw that down the stem. The leaves are long and thin, and they come in bunches like this.
I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. In this cold and misty world, would you be my little light?
The fourth flower is called Lewis's Monkeyflower. You're going to start by making an arc, and underneath fill it in with some circles really close together. Then add 2 long stripes coming down and some dots in between. Then watch what I'm doing to make the petal shapes.
I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first.
I added another flower to the stem to show what the base of the flower looks like.
Oh, every time I count my blessings, I count.
The leaves are large and rounded with some thin lines for the veins and small short lines coming off of those bigger lines.
I'm not proud of where I've ended up. I'm ashamed of
The fifth flower is called Northern Grass of Parnassus. You're going to start with a small circle and then draw lines extending from that circle, and then the petals are slightly diamond shaped. Add some thin lines that don't quite touch the edge of the petals. Then between each petal, draw a darkened line with a circle on the end. The leaves of this flower are almost heart-shaped and they grow lower down on the stem. And then because only one flower grows per stem, I drew another separate one to show it from a different angle.
I'm afraid I'm running low on love. I'm afraid that in the end you're more than I deserve. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count.
The last flower is called the prickly wild rose. You're going to start once again with a small circle and some lines extending from it with tiny little circles on top of the lines. And then the petals are large and rounded like this with lots of folds and tears. The leaves are jagged on the edges and they grow bunched together on one stem.
1% would be just fine. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first.
I unfortunately lost the footage of me inking this flower, but hopefully you can see it pretty clearly in the next couple clips.
Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Oh, every time I count my blessings, I count you first.
I hope this tutorial was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any other drawing tutorials that you want me to do, let me know and I can do some more videos like this. And as always, if you try anything out from this video, tag me on Instagram so I can see some of your amazing drawings. Until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.
Every time I count my blessings, blessings I count you first.